I kept the receipt. That's the kind of person I am, or was. Every deposit slip, every confirmation email, every invoice from the fertility clinic. I had them all organized in a blue accordion folder labeled Future. $37,216, 6 years of overtime shifts, skipped vacations, and saying no to everything that wasn't essential. That money wasn't just savings, it was my last shot at becoming a mother. My name is Jordan, and I'm 34 years old. I should probably start there. The day I found out the account was empty, I was sitting in my car outside the clinic. I just pulled up the banking app to transfer the deposit for my first IVF cycle when I saw the balance 143 and 50s. My hands went numb. I refreshed the screen 3 times. Then I called the bank, my voice shaking so badly the representative asked if I was having a medical emergency. No, I said, just a financial one. The transfers had happened over 2 weeks. 4 separate withdrawals, each approved with my father's name as a joint account holder, something I'd added years ago when I was traveling for work and needed someone to access funds in an emergency. This wasn't an emergency. This was theft. I drove to my parents' house in a fog. My mother answered the door with a dish towel over her shoulder, looking irritated that I'd shown up unannounced. "We need to talk," I said. She sighed and let me in. My father was in his recliner, pretending to watch golf. He wouldn't look at me. "Where's my money?" I kept my voice steady, professional, like I was asking about a misplaced package. My mother wiped her hands on the towel. "Jordan, we were going to tell you, where is my money? It went to help your sister." She said it like that made it okay. Like Delilah's name was a magic word that erased everything else. "Help her with what?" "Eric's legal fees. You know about the lawsuit? I know he committed fraud and dragged Delilah into it. I also know that's not my problem." My father finally spoke. "She's family, Jordan." "So am I." My voice cracked. "That was 6 years of my life. 6 years of saving for something you both know I desperately want." My mother's face hardened. "We'll pay you back." "When?" Silence. "When, Mom?" "We don't know yet. Eric's still sorting things out." "But we will." She turned back toward the kitchen. "We had no choice. They were going to press charges." I stood there shaking. "You had a choice. You chose Delilah." Again. My father shifted in his chair. "Don't be dramatic." I left without another word. That was 3 weeks ago. They haven't mentioned paying me back since. Tonight I'm sitting at their dining room table for what my mother called a family dinner to clear the air. Delilah's here with Eric, both of them looking uncomfortable but not apologetic. My mother made pot roast. My father opened wine. We're halfway through the meal when Delilah clears her throat. "So, we have some news." She glances at Eric, who nods. "I'm pregnant." My mother's hands fly to her mouth. "Oh my God." "Oh, sweetheart." My father stands up to hug her. Eric grins like he's won something. I sit perfectly still, fork hovering over my plate. "How far along?" my mother asks, already crying happy tears. 10 weeks. We just found out last week." "This is such a blessing," my mother gushes. She's glowing, radiant, more excited than I've seen her in years. Then she looks at me, really looks at me with this pitying smile that makes my stomach turn. "See, Jordan?" she says softly. "It just happens when you stop trying so hard." The table goes quiet. Delilah looks down. Eric suddenly finds his wine very interesting. My father clears his throat. "Prue? What? I'm just saying." All that stress she puts on herself, all that money spent on doctors, maybe if she just relaxed. "Congratulations," I say. My voice sounds far away, like it's coming from someone else. "That's wonderful news." I smile. I pick up my wine glass. I take a sip. And in that moment, sitting at that table, surrounded by people who've taken everything from me and feel nothing, I make a decision. They have no idea what's coming. I drive home in silence, my hands steady on the wheel. When I get to my apartment, I don't turn on the lights. I just stand in the doorway for a moment, letting my eyes adjust to the darkness. Then I walk to my bedroom closet and pull down a shoebox from the top shelf. Inside is a manila envelope sealed with red wax. My grandmother's handwriting across the front. For Jordan, when the time is right. I haven't opened it in 5 years. Haven't needed to. Until now. My grandmother Vera died when I was 29. She'd lived with my parents for the last 3 years of her life, but I was the one who took care of her. Every day after work, I'd drive over, help her bathe, make her dinner, sit with her while she watched her shows. My mother was always too busy. Delilah never even offered. You're a good girl, Vera would say, patting my hand with her papery fingers. You've got your grandfather's heart. Strong, steady. The last month was the hardest. Hospice came in, but I was still there every night. I'd sleep in the chair next to her bed, waking up every time her breathing changed. 3 days before she passed, she was lucid, sharp even. She asked my mother to leave the room. I need to talk to Jordan alone. My mother looked offended, but left. Vera reached under her pillow and pulled out the envelope. This is for you, she said. Don't open it now. Open it when you need it most. Grandma, listen to me. Her grip was surprisingly strong. Your mother has always been blind to what she has. She sees what she wants to see. And your sister. She shook her head. Delilah takes. That's all she knows how to do. You don't have to. But you, Jordan, you give, you build, you protect. She pressed the envelope into my hands. So I'm protecting you. Use this when you must protect your peace. I tried to ask what she meant, but she was tired. She closed her eyes and drifted off. She died 2 days later, holding my hand. Now, sitting on my bedroom floor, I break the wax seal. Inside are legal documents, thick official papers with stamps and signatures. I scan the first page, then the second, my heart starting to pound. It's a deed transfer. The family home, the house my parents have lived in for 30 years, the house where I grew up, the house my grandmother owned outright before my grandfather died, was signed over to me, dated 6 years ago. There's a letter underneath, written in Vera's shaky cursive. My dearest Jordan. If you're reading this, you've reached a point where you need to choose yourself. I know how that feels. I lived in that house for 40 years, watching my daughter become someone I didn't always recognize, watching her favor one granddaughter while overlooking the other. The house is yours. I signed it over the day you told me about your fertility struggles, when you cried in my arms and said you felt broken. You're not broken, sweetheart. You're just surrounded by people who can't see your value. Your mother doesn't know. I never told her. The house was mine to give, and I gave it to you. Do with it what you need to do. Live in it, sell it, burn it down for all I care. Just promise me one thing. Don't let them take anything else from you. All my love. Grandma Vera. I read the letter 3 times. Then I look at the deed again, checking every page, every signature, every notary stamp. It's real. It's legal. It's mine. The house they're living in. The house where my mother just served pot roast and told me to stop trying so hard. The house where they're probably right now celebrating Delilah's accidental pregnancy while my empty bank account mocks me. That house belongs to me. I sit there for a long time, holding the papers. Then I pick up my phone and scroll through my contacts until I find the name I need. Todd Wallace. We went to college together. He's a real estate attorney now, handles property transfers and estate sales. I haven't talked to him in almost a year. I type out a message. Hey, I know it's late, but I need your help with something. Legal question about inherited property. Can we meet this week? The response comes 2 minutes later. Of course. Coffee tomorrow at 10? Same place? Perfect. Thank you. I set the phone down and look at the deed again. My grandmother's words echo in my head. Use this when you must protect your peace. Okay, Grandma, I whisper. I'm ready. Todd is already at the coffee shop when I arrive, sitting in our old corner booth. He stands when he sees me, pulling me into a quick hug. It's been too long, he says. You look good. Tired, but good. Thanks, I think. I slide into the booth across from him. He pushes a latte toward me. Vanilla, right? Some things don't change. I take a sip, grateful. Some things don't. So, he folds his hands on the table. Inherited property. What's going on? I pull out the deed and slide it across to him. My grandmother left me her house. My parents have been living in it for years, but they don't know it's mine. Todd's eyebrows go up. He starts reading, flipping through pages. His expression shifts from curious to serious. This is ironclad, he says finally. Notarized, filed with the county, everything. When did she transfer it? 6 years ago. She gave me the documents right before she died, but told me not to open them until I needed to. And you need to now. Yes. He leans back, studying me. What do you want to do with it? I want to know what it's worth, and I want to know my options. Options for what? I meet his eyes. For selling it. Todd doesn't flinch, doesn't judge. That's why I called him. Okay, he says, I can get you a market analysis by end of week, and that neighborhood's appreciated a lot. You're probably looking at mid six figures, maybe more. My stomach flips. That much? Easy. It's a desirable area, good schools, low crime. He taps the deed. Your parents have no legal claim to this. You could sell it tomorrow if you wanted. What about them? Do I have to give them notice? They're not tenants. They're not in the deed. Legally, they're just occupants. He pauses. But Jordan, this is your family. Are you sure they stole my IVF fund to bail out my sister? The words come out flat, hard. $37,000, 6 years of saving. Gone. Todd's jaw tightens. Jesus. And last night, my sister announced she's pregnant. My mother looked at me and said it just happens when you stop trying so hard. Christ, Jordan. So, yes, I'm sure. He nods slowly. Okay, I'll get you the numbers. We'll talk through the timeline, the process. But I need you to understand. This is going to blow up your family. I know. I mean, really blow up. Nuclear option. I know. He studies me for another moment, then pulls out his laptop. All right, let's get started. That afternoon, my phone buzzes with a group text. It's from my mother. Family meeting, Sunday at 2 p.m. Important baby shower planning. Everyone needs to be there. Delilah responds immediately. Can't wait. My father. Will be ready? I stare at the screen. Then I type. I'll be there. My mother sends back a heart emoji. I set the phone down and laugh. It comes out bitter, sharp. They have no idea. The next few days pass in a strange haze. I go to work. I smile at coworkers. I eat lunch at my desk and review spreadsheets and attend meetings. But underneath, I'm planning. Todd sends me the market analysis on Thursday. The house is worth $680,000, maybe more with the right buyer. This could close in 30, 45 days if we move fast. He texts, You sure you want to do this? Yes. Okay, I'll start prepping the paperwork. We'll need to schedule a walkthrough for photos and inspection. Can we do it when they're not home? You're the owner. You can do it whenever you want. I screenshot the conversation and save it in a folder labeled Future 2.0. Sunday comes. I drive to my parents' house with a box of pastries from the fancy bakery downtown, the kind my mother loves but says are too expensive. She beams when I hand them to her. Oh, Jordan, you didn't have to. I wanted to. I smile. For Delilah. Delilah is on the couch, one hand on her still flat stomach. Eric sits next to her, scrolling through his phone. Hey, she says, not looking up. Hey. My father comes in from the garage. Good, everyone's here. Let's get started. We gather around the dining room table. My mother has a Pinterest board pulled up on her iPad, full of pastel decorations and elaborate cake designs. I'm thinking we host it here, she says. In the backyard. We can set up tables under the oak tree, string lights, maybe rent one of those fancy dessert carts. That sounds beautiful, I say. My mother looks surprised. Really? You think so? Absolutely. This house is perfect for it. I glance around the room at the crown molding and hardwood floors and the bay window overlooking the garden. It's such a special place, full of memories. It really is, my father says quietly. Delilah finally looks up from her phone. So you're okay helping with setup and everything? Of course, whatever you need. My mother reaches over and squeezes my hand. Thank you, honey. I know this must be hard for you. I squeeze back. You have no idea. She smiles, completely missing it. We spend the next hour planning color schemes, guest lists, food options. I volunteer to bring the cake, and the whole time I'm thinking about Todd's text. 30 days. The photographer arrives on Tuesday at 11. I told my parents I had a dentist appointment, so I know they're both at work. Delilah's at her part time job at the boutique. The house is empty. I meet him at the curb. Thanks for coming on short notice. No problem. He's young, maybe 25, with expensive camera equipment. So, you're looking to sell? Yes. I need the listing photos done today if possible. Can do. Let's start with the exterior. I unlock the front door with the key I've had since high school. The house smells like my mother's lavender candles and my father's morning coffee. For a second, I hesitate. Then I remember my empty bank account and step inside. The photographer moves through each room, snapping pictures. Great natural light, hardwoods in good shape. This should sell fast. That's what I'm hoping. He pauses in the living room, looking at the family photos on the mantel. You grew up here? I did. Must be hard to let it go. I pick up a frame. Delilah's college graduation. Everyone smiling. I'm in the back, barely visible. Not as hard as you'd think. Todd calls that evening. Photos look great. I've already had two agents reach out asking if we're taking offers. We haven't even listed it yet. I know. That's how hot this market is. Papers shuffle on his end. I can have it on the MLS by Friday. We should schedule an open house for next weekend. The baby shower's in 3 weeks. Perfect. We can close before then if we get the right buyer. Cash offer would be ideal. No financing contingencies. Faster timeline. Make it happen. Jordan. He pauses. Last chance to back out. Once this goes live, there's no hiding it. I'm not hiding anymore. Okay then, let's do this. The listing goes live Friday at 9 a.m. By noon, there are 15 showing requests. I'm at work when Todd texts. 3 offers already. One's all cash, 695K, 21-day close. My hands shake as I type back. Accept it. You sure? We might get higher if we wait. I don't want to wait. Accept it. Done. I'll send the paperwork. I lock my phone and sit at my desk, staring at nothing. It's happening. It's really happening. My phone buzzes again. The family group chat. Mom, Delilah's ultrasound is today, sending good vibes. Delilah, thanks, Mom. So nervous? Dad, you'll do great, sweetheart. I don't respond. I just watch the messages pile up, each one a reminder of how invisible I am to them. The weekend is a blur of showings and paperwork. Todd handles most of it, but I sign documents in my car during lunch breaks, in coffee shop bathrooms, anywhere my parents won't see. The cash buyer, a young couple relocating for work, wants to move fast. They waive the inspection. They don't care about the outdated kitchen or the crack in the driveway. They love it, Todd says. They're ready to close in 18 days. 18 days. I do the math. That's 2 days after the baby shower. Cutting it close. No, it's perfect. Sunday dinner at my parents' house. I bring wine and a fruit tart, play the dutiful daughter. Delilah shows us ultrasound pictures. Look, you can see the little nose, my mother cries. My father gets misty eyed. Eric looks proud. Have you thought about names? I ask. We're thinking Madison for a girl, Delilah says. Or maybe Harper. Those are beautiful. My mother turns to me. You're being so supportive, honey. I really appreciate it. Of course, she's my sister. See, Wallace, I told you she'd come around. My mother pats my hand. Family is everything. I smile and take a sip of wine. My phone vibrates in my pocket. I glance down under the table. Todd. Inspection waived. Appraisal ordered. We're on track. I slip the phone back into my pocket. Everything okay? My father asks. Just work stuff, nothing important. We finish dinner. I help clear the dishes, kiss my mother's cheek goodbye. See you next week for shower prep, she calls as I leave. Wouldn't miss it. 12 days before the shower, I get the email I've been waiting for. Closing confirmed. Friday, May 19th, 10 a.m. The baby shower is Saturday the 20th. I forward the email to Todd with one line. Schedule the new owners to take possession on the 21st. He responds immediately. You're really doing this? Yes. Okay, I'll coordinate with their moving company. They want to be in by the 23rd. Perfect. I close my laptop and look around my apartment. At the empty walls and the second bedroom I've been afraid to furnish. At the space I've been too scared to fill with hope. Not anymore. I open my banking app and look at the pending wire transfer, $695,000, minus Todd's fees and closing costs. More than enough to fund my IVF. More than enough to start over. More than enough to build the life they tried to take from me. I screenshot it and save it in my future 2.0 folder. Then I open the family group chat and type, can't wait for the shower. It's going to be perfect. The morning of the baby shower is perfect. 72 degrees, cloudless sky, a light breeze that makes the string lights sway gently over the backyard. I arrive at 9 to help set up. My mother is already in full hostess mode, directing my father as he arranges folding chairs. Jordan, thank God you're here. Can you help me with the tablecloths? Of course. We work in comfortable silence for a while, spreading pale pink linens over rented tables. My mother hums while she works, genuinely happy. This is going to be so special, she says. Delilah deserves this. I smooth out a wrinkle in the fabric. She does. And maybe, she glances at me, maybe seeing all this will inspire you. You know, about having a family. Maybe. She squeezes my shoulder. Don't give up hope, honey. Miracles happen. I think about the wire transfer that hit my account yesterday, about the closing documents signed and notarized, about the new owners who are probably packing their moving truck right now. You're right, I say. They do. Guests start arriving at noon. Aunts, cousins, Delilah's friends from high school. They coo over the decorations, the dessert table, the gift display. I float between groups, smiling, making small talk. My cousin Martina corners me by the punch bowl. You okay? She asks quietly. You seem, I don't know, different. I'm fine, just tired. If you need to leave early, I'll cover for you. I squeeze her arm. Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. I want to see how this ends. She gives me a strange look, but doesn't push. Delilah arrives at 1, wearing a flowing white dress that makes her look ethereal. Everyone applauds. She blushes and waves, playing the princess. Eric trails behind her, carrying her purse and a light sweater. You look beautiful, my mother gushes, pulling her into a hug. Thanks, Mom. This is amazing. You did all this? Jordan helped, my mother gestures to me. She's been wonderful. Delilah meets my eyes. Thanks, sis. Anything for family? We play the games. Guess the baby food flavor, diaper raffle, the price is right with baby items. Delilah wins most of them, laughing and glowing. I watch from the edge of the patio, checking my phone every few minutes. Todd, new owners. Confirmed, moving truck scheduled for 8 a.m. Monday. Me. Perfect. Todd, you still good with this? Me. Never been better. At 2:30, it's time for gifts. Delilah sits in a decorated chair while everyone else circles around. She opens packages one by one, clothes, blankets, bottles, a stroller, a crib mobile. This is too much, she keeps saying. You guys are too generous. My mother dabs at her eyes. You deserve all of it, sweetheart. I wait until she's almost done. Then I stand and retrieve my gift from the table, a large box wrapped in silver paper. This one's from me. Delilah's eyes light up. Jordan, you didn't have to get me anything big. I wanted to. She tears into the paper. Inside is a handmade baby blanket, cream colored with delicate embroidery along the edges. In the center, stitched in elegant script, Miracle. The crowd awes. It's beautiful, Delilah whispers, running her fingers over the stitching. I had it custom made, I say, since Mom's always talking about miracles. My mother beams. That's perfect, Jordan's absolutely perfect. Delilah stands and hugs me. Thank you, really. I hug her back, breathing in her perfume, feeling her happiness radiate. You're welcome, I say softly. Enjoy it. At 3 o'clock, I'm helping my mother bring out the cake when I hear a car door slam in the driveway. I glance toward the front of the house. A white pickup truck is parked at the curb. My heart starts pounding. A man in khakis and a polo shirt walks up the driveway carrying a wooden sign and a mallet. Can I help you? My father calls from the backyard gate. The man doesn't answer. He just walks onto the front lawn, positions the sign, and starts hammering it into the ground. Guests begin to notice. Conversations fade. Everyone turns to look. The man finishes hammering and steps back, surveying his work. The sign reads, sold below it in smaller letters. New owners take possession. May 23rd. My mother's face goes white. What? What is that? The man pulls out a clipboard. I'm looking for the property owner. Is there a Jordan here? Every head turns toward me. I set down the cake platter and walk toward him, my heels clicking on the stone path. That's me. He hands me the clipboard. Just need your signature confirming the sign placement. Congratulations on the sale. I sign without looking at my family. Thank you. New owners are excited. Great property. He tips his head and walks back to his truck. The silence is deafening. Delilah stands up from her chair. Jordan? What's going on? I turn to face them all, my parents, my sister, Eric, the aunts and cousins and friends, 50 people staring at me. The house is sold, I say calmly. Closing was yesterday. New owners move in Monday. My father's face goes from confused to horrified. That's not possible. This is our house. No, I say, it's not. My mother rushes toward the sign like she can make it disappear by getting close enough. This is a mistake. Wallace, call someone. Call the police. It's not a mistake, Mom. She spins around. What are you talking about? I pull out my phone and open the Photos app. Scroll to the deed. Hold it up so she can see. Grandma Vera signed the house over to me 6 years ago. It's been mine this whole time. My father grabs the phone from my hand, squinting at the screen. His face drains of color. This can't be real. It's real, notarized, filed with the county, completely legal. Todd verified everything. Todd? My mother's voice rises. You involved a lawyer? He's a real estate attorney. I needed one to sell my property. Your property? She's shaking now. This is our home. We've lived here for 30 years. You've lived in Grandma's house for 30 years. She owned it outright, and she gave it to me. Delilah steps forward, one hand on her stomach. Jordan, this is insane. You can't just. I already did. Sold it for $695,000. Closed yesterday. The new owners take possession Monday morning at 8. The backyard erupts. Aunts gasp. Cousins whisper. Someone drops a plate. My father's hands are trembling. Why would she do that? Why would Mom give you the house? Because I took care of her every single day for 3 years while you two were too busy, while Delilah couldn't be bothered to visit. My voice stays level, calm. She wanted to make sure I was protected. Protected from what? My mother shrieks. From you! The words land like a slap. She actually stumbles backward. From us? We're your parents! You stole from me. I look at each of them. $37,000, 6 years of my life, my only chance at having a child, and you took it without asking to bail out Delilah's mess. Eric shifts uncomfortably. Delilah won't meet my eyes. We were going to pay you back, my father says weakly. When? You haven't mentioned it once since it happened. Not once. I turn to my mother. And then you had the audacity to tell me I just need to stop trying so hard. At dinner, while celebrating Delilah's accidental pregnancy. My mother's face flushes red. I was trying to help. You were being cruel. And you didn't even realize it. So this is revenge? Delilah's voice cracks. You're making us homeless because your feelings got hurt? My feelings? I laugh, and it sounds harsh even to my own ears. You think this is about feelings? You destroyed my future. I'm just taking back what was always mine. My father looks at the house, then back at me. Where are we supposed to go? I don't know, Dad. Where was I supposed to get $37,000 for IVF after you gave mine away? That's different. How? How's it different? He has no answer. My mother's face twists. You selfish, vindictive. Careful, Mom. My voice drops. You're at my baby shower, on my property, in front of all these witnesses. She stops, mouth open, realizing what she was about to say. I turn to Martina, who's standing frozen by the dessert table. I'm leaving now. You should probably leave too. She nods quickly, grabbing her purse. Jordan? Wait. Delilah reaches for me. I step back. Congratulations on your miracle, Delilah. I hope it works out better than mine did. Please, we can figure this out. There's nothing to figure out. The house is sold. You have until Monday morning to be out. I look at my parents. I'd start packing if I were you. My mother's face crumples. After everything we've done for you, everything you've done for me? The words come out quiet, deadly. You mean like stealing my money? Like dismissing my pain? Like always choosing her over me? We never. You always did, my whole life. And I accepted it because I thought that's what family meant. But Grandma Vera taught me something different. She taught me that family protects you, family sees you, family doesn't take everything and leave you with nothing. I start walking toward the gate. Martina follows close behind. Jordan! My father's voice breaks. Please, don't do this. I stop at the gate and turn back one last time. The backyard is frozen, pink decorations swaying in the breeze, cake sitting untouched, presents scattered around Delilah's empty chair. I already did. My phone starts buzzing before I even reach my car. I silence it and drive away, watching the house disappear in my rearview mirror. Martina sits beside me, quiet for a long moment. Finally, she says, That was the most badass thing I've ever seen. I grip the steering wheel tighter. Thanks for leaving with me. Are you kidding? I wouldn't have missed that for anything. She pauses. Are you okay? I think about the question, about the money in my account, about the IVF consultation scheduled for Tuesday. Yeah, I say, I really am. Tuesday morning, I sit in Dr. Reeves' office at the fertility clinic. It's the same waiting room I've been to a dozen times before, but everything feels different now. The receptionist smiles when I check in. Good to see you again, Jordan. It's been a while. It has. Dr. Reeves is running a few minutes behind. Can I get you anything? Water? Coffee? I'm fine, thank you. I sit in the corner chair, the same one I always choose. My phone has 43 unread messages. I don't open any of them. Dr. Reeves is a small woman with kind eyes and steady hands. She's been my doctor since I first started exploring fertility treatments 4 years ago. Jordan? She shakes my hand warmly. I'm so glad you called. Come on back. Her office is exactly as I remember, diplomas on the wall, a small, succulent garden on the windowsill, photos of babies she's helped bring into the world. So, she sits across from me. You mentioned on the phone that you're ready to move forward with IVF. Yes? And your financial situation has changed? Significantly. She pulls up my file on her computer. Last time we spoke, cost was the primary barrier. You'd been saving, but I have the money now. I pull out my phone and show her my bank statement. All of it. For a full cycle, medications, everything. Her eyebrows raise. That's wonderful. May I ask what changed? I sold some property. She doesn't push for details. Okay, well, let's talk about next steps. We'll need to run some updated blood work, do an ultrasound, make sure everything looks good. Then we can start you on medications and schedule your egg retrieval. How soon can we start? If your tests come back normal, we could begin medications next week. Retrieval would be about 2 weeks after that. My hands are shaking. I press them flat against my thighs. Okay. Jordan. She leans forward. I need to ask, are you in a good place emotionally to do this? IVF is physically demanding, but it's also incredibly stressful. Do you have support? I think about my empty apartment, about my parents' frantic voicemails, about Delilah's texts begging me to reconsider. I have myself, I say. That's enough. She studies me for a moment, then nods. All right, let's get you started. The blood work takes 20 minutes, the ultrasound, another 15. Dr. Reeves reviews everything while I sit in her office, still in the paper gown. Everything looks good. she says finally. Your hormone levels are excellent. Ovarian reserve is strong. I don't see any reason we can't proceed. So, we're doing this. We're doing this. She hands me a folder thick with paperwork, consent forms, medication instructions, appointment schedules. Read through everything tonight. Sign what needs signing, bring it back tomorrow, and we'll get your prescriptions ordered. I take the folder with both hands. It's heavy, real. Thank you, I whisper. Thank me when you're holding your baby. She smiles. I have a good feeling about this, Jordan. I really do. I'm walking to my car when my phone rings. Not a number I recognize, but a local area code. I answer. Hello? Jordan? It's your dad. I stop walking. How did you get this number? I'm calling from a friend's phone. You blocked us. Yes, I did. Please, just listen for a minute. Your mother and we need to talk to you. We need to figure this out. There's nothing to figure out. The house is sold. The new owners move in yesterday. I know, we're at a hotel right now, but Jordan, we can't afford. You should have thought about that before you stole from me. We made a mistake. We know that now. But please, you have to understand. I don't have to understand anything. My voice is ice. You made your choice. You chose Delilah. You always choose Delilah. That's not true. Dad, I have to go. Wait, your mother wants to apologize. She's right here. Just talk to her for 1 minute. I hang up, block the number, keep walking. That night, I spread the IVF paperwork across my kitchen table, consent forms, risk disclosures, payment agreements. I read every word, sign every line. My phone buzzes, an email from the new homeowner's realtor. Subject early move in complete. Hi, Jordan. Just wanted to let you know the previous occupants vacated the property this morning. The house is now in our client's possession. They're thrilled with their new home. Thank you for such a smooth transaction. Best regards, Sandra. I stare at the email for a long time. Then I open my photos and scroll until I find the picture of my grandmother. She's in her garden, hands covered in soil, smiling at the camera. I took it the summer before she got sick. I set the photo as my phone's wallpaper. Thank you, Grandma, I say to the empty apartment, for protecting me, for seeing me. My phone buzzes again. Another voicemail, another text. I silence it and go back to my paperwork. Tomorrow I'll start medications. In 2 weeks, egg retrieval. In 3 weeks, maybe, hopefully, embryo transfer. My future is finally mine again. And I built it from the ashes of theirs. The egg retrieval goes perfectly. 18 eggs, 14 fertilize. By day 5, I have 7 viable embryos. Dr. Reeves calls with the results herself. Jordan, these are excellent numbers, really excellent. Are you ready for transfer? I'm standing in my new apartment, a 2-bedroom with big windows and a small balcony. The second bedroom is still empty, but I've been looking at cribs online. Yes, I say. I'm ready. The transfer happens on a Thursday. They implant 2 embryos. Dr. Reeves says it gives me the best chance. I lie still on the table afterward, staring at the ceiling, feeling the weight of possibility in my body. Rest today, Dr. Reeves says. Take it easy for the next few days. We'll do a blood test in 10 days to see if it took. And if it didn't, then we try again. You have 5 more embryos frozen. But let's think positive. I nod, not trusting my voice. I'm in the waiting period, the 2 weeks between transfer and test, when I see the Facebook post. It's from Delilah, a photo of her in front of a small apartment building, holding a key, trying to smile. The caption reads, New beginnings. Everything happens for a reason. The comments are full of confused friends asking what happened to her parents' house. She hasn't responded to any of them. I scroll further. My mother has unfriended me. My father's account is deactivated. Martina texts, Did you see Delilah's post? Me. Yeah, Martina. She's in a 1-bedroom in the bad part of town. Eric's working 2 jobs. Your parents are staying with your Aunt Linda. Me. Good. Martina. You're ice cold. I love it. I set the phone down and look around my apartment. At the soft gray couch I bought last week. At the framed photos on the wall. Me and Vera, me and Martina, me at the Grand Canyon on a solo trip 2 years ago. No family photos. Not anymore. Day 9 after transfer, I wake up nauseous. I tell myself it's the hormones. It doesn't mean anything. Day 10, Dr. Reeves's office calls at 8 a.m. Can you come in for your blood draw? I'll be there in an hour. The waiting room is full of other women, all of us in various stages of hope and fear. I recognize a few faces from previous visits. We exchange small smiles but don't talk. The phlebotomist is quick and gentle. Results should be in by this afternoon. Dr. Reeves will call you personally. I'm at work when my phone rings at 2:15. I step into an empty conference room. Jordan? Dr. Reeves' voice is warm. Congratulations. You're pregnant. The room tilts. I sit down hard in a chair. What? Your HCG levels are excellent. Strong numbers. This is a very good sign. I'm pregnant. I say it out loud, testing the words. You are. We'll need you to come back in 2 days for another blood draw to make sure the numbers are rising appropriately. Then we'll schedule an ultrasound for next week. Okay, okay. How are you feeling? I press my hand to my stomach. Scared. Happy. I don't know. That's completely normal. Call me if you need anything. Anything at all. I hang up and sit in the conference room for 20 minutes, just breathing. Then I call Martina. I'm pregnant. She screams so loud I have to pull the phone away from my ear. Oh my God! Jordan! Oh my God! I know. Are you okay? Are you happy? What do you need? I'm okay. I'm really okay. I'm coming over tonight. I'm bringing food and we're celebrating. Okay. I'm so proud of you, she says, and her voice cracks. You did this. You actually did it. That evening, my phone buzzes with a voicemail. Unknown number. I almost delete it, but something makes me listen. It's my father. His voice is rough, tired. Jordan, it's Dad. I know you don't want to hear from me. I know you probably won't even listen to this, but I need to say it anyway. He pauses. You were right about everything. We took you for granted. We took from you, and we didn't even see what we were doing until it was too late. Another pause. I can hear him breathing. Your mother's not doing well. She won't admit it, but losing the house, losing you, it's broken something in her, in both of us. His voice drops. I don't expect you to forgive us. I don't even know if we deserve forgiveness. But I want you to know that I'm sorry. I'm so, so sorry. The message ends. I stand on my balcony, phone in hand, looking out at the city lights. I don't call back. I don't text. I don't reach out. Instead, I go to the second bedroom and turn on the light. I pull up the crib I've been looking at and add it to my cart. Then I open my photos and look at the ultrasound picture from today. Just a tiny blob, barely visible, but there. Real. Mine. I think about my grandmother's letter. Don't let them take anything else from you. I didn't. I place my hand on my stomach and whisper, We did it, Grandma. We're going to be okay. Outside, the city hums with life. Inside, I'm building something new, something they can never touch, something that's finally completely mine. I smile, and for the first time in years, it reaches all the way to my heart.